1 Hotel Romeo, runway 30 right at Bravo, Cliff takeoff, fly runway heading for traffic.
30 right, clear for takeoff, runway heading, 1 Hotel Romeo.
The Bakersfield VOR out the left, that's good.
Grumman, 5 1 Romeo, frequency change approved.
5-1 Romeo, frequency change approved, thanks so much. Alright, now we're going to go back to 1228. 1228 is Porterville's frequency. We are... Here we take about 30 miles away from Porterville. It's a nice cool view of the mountains up there. I got a bit of snow this last week. That's pretty neat. Super glad I have this tinted canopy on this aircraft. The sun would be pretty murder right now. So 4,000 feet, rocking about 111 knot ground speed, which is showing me about 92, 4,000 feet. I'm going to go step here actually, keep that ground speed up so I can get there faster. Yeah, 99 ground speed is pretty good for this aircraft. It can do, it says like velocity not to exceed like 130 knots, I believe, maybe 125. This thing claims a cruise of 134 miles per hour. That'll get you, because 134 miles per hour is like 96 knots or something. Cruising at 96 is actually kind of difficult. Now, don't quote me on those numbers. Those numbers are probably very off. I would have to actually get out a calculator. But yeah, just all things to consider. Gonna probably be flying up here quite a bit on Friday, Saturday mornings and stuff. Maybe Friday mornings if I'm able to take Henry with me at any point in time. It would be much easier to take Henry with me and continue these flights for time building if I had a Piper Cherokee. And the amount of money I spent on both aircraft, I could have bought a Piper Cherokee. Lessons learned again. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that plays out. I haven't lost hope yet that I'll end up with a nice aircraft that'll be a family cruiser. General aviation, just for the sake of owning a plane, is not worth it, in my opinion. There's lots of hobbies you can have. Now, I love flying. I love everything about flying. Flying is a lot of fun. Very few people in the world ever get to experience life like general aviation. But if you don't have a goal related to flying and you're not super rich, then having an aircraft for the sake of having an aircraft is just unnecessarily expensive. You're talking probably in the range of about $5,000 a year to own, and that's minimal flying. These next 6 months, I'm going to spend about $25,000 on fuel and my multi-engine certificate in order to accomplish everything that I need to accomplish. But yeah, $5,000 a year, about $400 a month or whatever, just in owning, operating, insuring a plane, making sure that it can fly when you want it to. And if you have that kind of money, if you've got that extra, $50,000, that's not $50,000, $5,000 to $10,000 a year, then sure, go for it. Some people, they really do like flying because they just, like every couple Saturdays, they're like, hey, let's go fly to Catalina and grab a burger. And that's what they enjoy doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, building hours, in order to make it to the airlines for me, having a plane made the most economical sense for me. That's not going to be the case for everybody. It's going to depend entirely on how close you are to the airport. Tie-down fees or hangar fees at an airport, that kind of thing. A lot comes into play, and a lot will come into play. But I can say this, with the purchase of 2 aircraft and then $27,000 away, it is still going to come out less than if I had just financed flight lessons or just paid for them out of pocket outright. So that's something to consider, I suppose. And if the first aircraft had worked out, it would have come out a lot cheaper. Like a lot cheaper. So, again, something to consider. Cool. Let's take that one to about half a tank. Go pump on, right gallon, almost good. So, I did get this aircraft at a decent deal. And fresh annual only has 497, about to put get my 500th hour since the last overhaul on it. So it still has 1,900 hours till the next overhaul, which is pretty phenomenal as far as aircraft go. It's difficult to find an aircraft with that low of hours at the price that I did, which is the main reason I jumped on it. I think personally that because he was selling it out of Missouri was the main issue he was having, is that again, people get scared off the idea of ferrying a flight. So in Southern California, where someone can come to Long Beach and then potentially fly it right back to Corona or fly it right back to Van Nuys or something like that, might be a little bit easier to sell for me when I do get to that point. So that could be a pretty good place to be. So we'll see how that plays out again. Right now, we have definitely overextended ourselves. The repairs for the other aircraft kind of snuck up on me.
Atlanta traffic, citation 90 pictures, 9 miles to the west inbound for landing. We're making left.
And while I am happy that the plane is progress is finally being made. I purchased the plane back in like April of last year, and it has been quite the saga. Didn't get this one until the end of September, beginning of October. So basically it took April to September to decide, all right, that plane's probably not going to work out. Let's go ahead and move on with a different plane. Basically wrote that one off because it's in New Jersey, needed repairs, that I couldn't get it, and the FBO that it was sitting at was just basically refusing to work on it. They kept telling me they were going to work on it, but 5 months later, at a certain point, battery had died, it was sitting, all of the fuel needed to be purged, all kinds of stuff. And because of the sitting, the mechanic who did eventually agree to work on it is now having trouble, and because the annual expired, now he has to get a ferry permit. all this other stuff. So I'll go into those details soon.
Nancy Victor's 3 mile left base, Delano.
And Porterville traffic, Grumman November 155, 1 Romeo 5 miles to the south. Going to be transitioning midfield, 4,000 feet headed northbound. Porterville traffic. And I see Porterville, 12 o'clock. It might be a little bit more than 5 miles. Might be a little less, actually. I don't know.
Traffic 90 Victor's turn final runway 32 Delano.